Mexico is a modern and diverse country. It is a place full of contrast. It's the home for beautiful and happy people. The musical expression is so wide. It is a country so vast and variety, with an incredible gastronomy that can make happy to anyone. But there is something that makes us proud to be Mexican. That is the connection with the old tradition with the ancestors. In Mexico, we have a special connection with the dead. In Mexico, we celebrate the dead.
If you want to celebrate Day of Death in Mexico, there are some fundamentals you'll need to know. The first and possibly the most important is that Dia de Muertos is certainly not Halloween. This celebration of Day of the Dead does not represent an absence but rather a living presence. Death is a symbol of living that materializes in the altar that is offered to the dead. The Day of the Dead in indigenous vision implies the transitory return of the souls to the deceased who return to the world of living to live with their families and to nourish themselves with the sense of the food that is offered to them on the altars placed in this honor. In pre-Hispanic times, the cult of the dead was one of the basic elements of culture. When someone died, they were buried, wrapped in a mat, and their family members organized a party in order to guide them on their way to Mictlan. In the same way, they put food that he liked with the belief that they could feel hungry. Its origins located in harmony between the celebration of the Catholic religious rituals brought by the Spanish and the commemoration of the Day of the Dead that natives carried out since pre-Hispanic times. According to the Catholic calendar, November 1st corresponds to All Saints, a day dedicated to the little dead or children, and November 2nd to the faithful departed, that is to adults. Every year, many families place their offerings and altars decorated with cempasúchil or marigold flower, papel picado, sugar skulls, bread of the dead, mole, or some dish that their relatives liked. Likewise, the festivities include decorating the graves with flowers and many times making altars on the tombstones, which in indigenous times had a great significance because it was thought that it helped to guide their souls to walk on a good path after death. Tradition also indicates that to facilitate the return of souls to earth, marigold flower petals should be spread and candles placed tracing the path that they will travel so these souls does not get lost and reach their destination. In ancient times, the path led from family home to the pantheon where their loved ones rested. The Day of the Dead is celebrated throughout Mexico, having some variations depending on the region or state. It's worth mentioning that the UNESCO declared this festival in 2008 as intangible cultural heritage of humanity due to this importance and meaning as it is in a traditional contemporary expression.
Our journey through this life is very short, but there is a saying that says, "We don't die, we just move." At the end of this journey, the only thing that matters is what we have learned and what bonds we have created. Bonds that will remain in our memory. And as long as we don't forget the ones we love, they always will live in our hearts.
Day of the Dead is a celebration of the lost loved ones, a ritual that privileges memory over oblivion, an ancestral tradition that brings family together.
Salías de un templo un día, llorona, cuando al pasar yo te vi.